Hey there. If you're a service-based business and someone in your teams just said, let's just run some ads, I'd like you to hold a thought for the next 13 minutes because I'm about to show you exactly what happened when a client of mine, an immigration consultancy that helps reunite Filipino and American families, went from a Facebook page that had been completely silent for over 3 years to 46,000 views and real people messaging in, asking to work with them with zero ad spend. Now I'm gonna break down exactly and more importantly why it worked. Okay, so if you're new here, my name is Maria again. I'm the founder of Marketing. I've spent the last several years helping service-based brands like clinics, financial firms, schools, and this client, an immigration and visa consultancy, grow without depending on ads and noisy algorithms. My whole approach is something I call customer experience first marketing. The short version is growth doesn't come from spending more money to get in front of more people, but it comes from improving how the people who already find you experience your brand, your customer service. And today I'm going to walk you through a real case study with real numbers so you can see what that actually looks like in practice. Okay, so here's the problem, and here's where we started. This client, based in a local client, they help couples and families navigate the K1 fiancé visa, spousal visas, and green cards. So these are real people going through one of the most stressful processes of their lives. So that last organic post was over 3 years ago when I came in. There was no structure for qualifying leads that messaged in. They were very slow in reply. Actually, okay, so and they've tried paid ads for a short stretch. It drove some traffic, but it wasn't sustainable for them in the long term. And once that ad spend stopped, so did everything else. Dead. So that's actually really common. A lot of founders, I think the problem is we're not posting enough. We need to post. Almost never the real problem. Here's what I here's what I discover. The real problem is usually nobody trusts what they're seeing, especially today, right? Because there's no consistent human behind it. People want to connect with human. People want to work with human, not AI. Okay, so here's the strategy. Here's what we actually did, the three things. And I want you to notice none of them involved a media budget. Yes, you still have to spend, but not too much. Okay, pillar one is founder-driven storytelling. I kid you not. Founder-driven storytelling. The CEO became the face of the brand. You wanna grow your brand without ads, without cost? Be the face, become the face of the brand. Not corporate service post. Please stop using business English. It's boring. But his actual personality shines. So he became the face of the brand. We share his humor, his family, his journey of why he started this agency because 40 years ago he was denied with his Filipino spousal visa, even with the help of a US attorney. So until he did it himself and he founded this agency to help others. So that's amazing. That's a great hero story, hero's journey story, right? So we lean on that because most of his clients can relate to that. They're very anxious and overwhelmed with a visa and paperwork, and they can surely help these clients. So also the community recognition, we added that because it boosts authority. Okay, that's the pillar one. Become the face of the brand. Pillar two, strategic influencer collaboration. Strategic influencer collaboration. So we partnered with famous, at least 100K YouTube subscribers who serve the same audience. People already talking to Filipino American couples, cross cultural families, because these are not cold audience. So we borrowed authority from these collaborators, from these influencers, local influencers. Just be very careful when you're doing this. You have to also match the tone, the values, and the vision of these local influencers. So because they can also tarnish your reputation if you're just doing it for a not intentional collaboration. Okay, so that's it. For the last 2 years, we've collaborated with at least five YouTubers who share the same interest with us, the same audience with us. And there is this one YouTuber that we've done collaboration for 3 times now. I think 3 to 4 times because it's been very, very effective. She's a great representation of the brand. She shares the same values with us. So that's why we've been doing this with her for 3 times. Okay, last one. Very very easy. The last one is consistency. This is the one everybody underestimates. Consistency over intensity. So there's no viral swings and no big campaign, just showing up reliably, post after post, week after week, because trust doesn't spike, it compounds. So what it means, what does it mean to be consistent? Okay, post twice a week. If you can only post twice a week, make it twice a week consistent for the next 3 months, and then hire a team to help you. If you can only post one time a week, so do it once in a week for the next couple of months. Okay, so just be consistent. And this is where the 13-minute method comes in. So this is a framework that I use to convince my client, the founders, to showcase their authority, their expertise, their human side. The least interesting thing, because the human side, because their business is the least interesting thing about them. They have to showcase their humanness. In the age of AI, you have to show up, and it's your advantage. It's our advantage actually. In case you haven't noticed. So okay, you might say, I can't do that. I'm not comfortable in camera. Okay, I hope you'll get motivation from this because this client of mine is 80 years old. 80 years old. He's 82 actually, and still does shows his face because he cares for his clients. He cares for his business. He cares for his staff. He cares for the people who depend on him. So that's why he still does this. Just one conversation, 30 minutes in a week, not every day. So 30 minutes in a week. Just one real conversation. Use your phone, your laptop's camera. Not overproduced. I don't edit too much. I don't even know how to edit videos. I just post instantly. Okay. So just one real conversation. Answer one specific question your customer or prospect is having, and then share it. Right. So and then we can repurpose that video, one 13-minute video, to short clips that we can distribute to other channels. And that's it. Okay, so let's get into the actual numbers. Let's continue because this is the most important part. So over a 28-day snapshot inside an ongoing 2+ year partnership with them, here's what happened: 46,000 views, 18,800 unique viewers, 3,417 total engagements, reactions, comments, and shares. This is just for 1 month. Okay, but here's the number that I actually care about because not all metrics matter, right? There's 56.9% of that engagement came from people who don't even follow the page yet. So that's not the same 50 people liking every post. That's new people discovering this brand organically for the first time. Okay, so and the number that actually pays the bills is this: 21 new messaging contacts, 100% organic, $0 in ad spend. So these are real people, warm people, starting real conversation, asking questions, and all of that without the ad spend. Ads are good as long as you have the budget for the long term. If you haven't run ads before, you must have to have a budget because you're still getting insights with data, right? So unless you have a winning ad already, you must have a real budget for that. And you also have must a team or specialist monitoring the ever-changing meta rules of algorithm, changing algorithms every 2 weeks. For every 2 weeks, they change. There's violations that you have to avoid. And that's why you need to have an expert team with that. But I don't want to do that. And my client don't want to do that. Okay, so this is why what we did. So okay, so here's what I want you to take from this if you are a founder watching. Growth isn't created by acquiring more leads actually. They have more leads now, but it's the customer service experience. It's created by serving the leads and the audience you already have better, consistently, and with a real human face, reassuring face behind. So every lead matters, whether they convert today or 6 months from now. Every interaction either builds trust or it breaks it. There's no neutral. And you don't need a massive budget to start. You just need clarity on your message and a consistent cadence and the willingness to actually show up on camera. That's free. So even if that feels comfortable at first. Okay, so if you're running a service-based business and your page feels like it's been sitting there quietly, that's fixable. And that's literally what I do. So drop a comment below, tell me what industry you're in, and I'll tell you honestly whether this approach would work for your business. And if you want to see exactly how I structure a 13-minute video, like the ones behind this case study, I've got that breakdown in another video. So this is me again, Maria from Spring Marketing. Let's build your next season of growth together.